What's up, nerds? So, I watched Star Trek Discovery Episode 8, and let me just say right now, I feel like this show has gone past its peak of ridiculous, of bland. It's bland. I'll say bland because this episode was not that great. I mean, as much fun as the library is, they sure know how to ruin it. You know what I'm saying? This show, I'm so happy that it's almost over because it's like such a waste of time for everybody involved. I just don't understand. Like, this was their, like, swan song, and they could have not turned things around, but done something that would have made people happy. And they didn't. They didn't at all. This is just ridiculous. Like, the whole time I'm just like, wait, what? I'm just like, I don't even care. I hope the brain get the progenitor. I don't have to say that right now. Sorry. I hope they get the technology and they just kill everybody except for the brain. I hope they do it because I've just had enough. This is nonsense. You know what I've also had enough of with this show is how there's no bad guys. The bad guys aren't bad. They're just misunderstood, you know? And not all of them. What was the green lady from the season 3? Was it season 3? The Orion, what was her name? Orioness, I don't remember. She was a baddie, but she got her comeuppance. But I'm like, every time there's a bad guy, and you're just like, just make a bad guy. It's like they're just misunderstood, you know. And I'm just like, I've had enough of this nonsense. All right, I'm gonna do my breakdown now, you guys, but I'm gonna do it a little bit differently because I am pressed for time a little bit, and this makes things go a little bit faster. I know I'm so lazy right now, but at the same time, I feel like they were lazy with this show. Why do I have to put more work into my breakdown review than they put into this show? You know what I'm saying? So let me open this up real quick, which took so long for me to get this. By the way, this took forever for me to get this. So all right. So I'm just gonna go through it a little bit by little bit. All right. So that's the breakdown from last episode. Okay. So these guys, they're all like they're doing the funeral for what's his face, Locke. And they're all like, you know, we will get the da-da-da-da-da and everything. And she's all like, you know, I love you, Locke, or whatnot. And she's talking out of turn. And the one guy, the praetor, whatever he is, I don't know. I don't care, man. All I know is I don't know who this guy right here is. But they don't take off their helmets. So you can't distinguish who's who. I'm all like, I don't, like, when she's talking to the one that she doesn't like, and then she's trying to convince the other one to go against him, I'm just like, wait, that's the same guy. And I'm just like, what's going on here? Like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, that's why you don't use the brain, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't have faces. They just have helmets. Like, what is going on here? So we're talking to Darth Vader over here. And I don't remember what she says here. I don't care. I really don't care. She's just trying to be like, I will not leave Locke's side and everything. And she's all like, she tells them they have the clues to get the ultimate power. And they need to go to the library. You know what I'm saying? Who thought that all your answers would be at the library? I did. Love the library, by the way. I love the library. The library's great. It's free. There's so much good shit at the library. I mean, like, if you don't go to the library, I don't know what's wrong with you. Libraries are so underrated these days. Everybody's all like, I can just look it up on my phone or order the book online. I'm like, or you can go to the library and not have to pay $1 million for it. And if you didn't like it, then you don't have to buy it again. That's what I do. I read a book from the library and then I buy it if I liked it. Okay, anyways. So then Discovery, right? They go through this, mold in space. It's not mold. I was just joking. And there's a lot of storms in there. But then they contact, by the way, the bridge crew has totally changed from the original people. Like, those actors just moved on. They're like, listen, you guys, I've got other opportunities. So maybe you could get these, AliExpress versions of us. And they did. They got a lot of, like, fat girls up here and everything. So then we get the librarian, right? And she's like, hey, librarian here, guys, listen. You're welcome to go through, but I'm going to give you instructions. Follow them exactly or you die. But we're going to go through this thing. And of course, Michael Burnham's being rude. She's like, we don't have time for this. And she's like, okay, right. We'll talk while you guys are on your way. And, look at my forehead. So I don't know what species she is. That's another thing. Like, they don't, like, where are all the other species? Like, we don't get any more Vulcans in here. There's no Klingons. We just get this random shit just thrown in here. I mean, yeah, we got the Breen, but was anybody hankering for the Breen? I wasn't hankering for the Breen. Were you hankering for the Breen? Nobody's hankering for the Breen, but we got them. And it's fine, but, like, it's just, like, I don't know, man. They just don't, like, I'm sitting here like I could write better, which I think I could. But I'm just like, what's going on here? Anyways, so they go through this little storm, right? And they get on the other side. Hold on, and there's the little library, the Citadel or whatever it's called. The archive. There we go. It's the archive. And yay. So let's get past this little thing. So she's all talking about how they let her know. I think it's right here. Okay, so she tells them, and I have theories, but I know I'm right. Okay, so she tells them two things, okay? She tells them that they're welcome to come in, and she'll set up a viewing room for her to check out the book that they're looking for. Something about the labyrinths of the mind. Anyways, but she says that, there's a, what is Book's race? He is a Bedrosian. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know. The glowy head people that their planet exploded. She's like, we have an artifact here that we would love if he could give us some insight on, right? So bring him with you. And I'm like, great, and everything. So then Kazan, he's a Kajajian. Anyways, so here they go inside, right? And here's the library. It's nice and everything, whatever. So they go into the viewing room with the book, and she checks it out, and she pushes this little this little keypad. Okay, anyway, so she goes into this room. And it's a box, right? And he's like, this is wood from the kapalapalapa tree and everything. And he's like, I'm gonna cry now with crocodile tears. I just want you to know, this guy that plays Book, right? I don't mind him as an actor. He's not a bad actor, and he's good looking. But this episode did freaking terrible. He was not good this episode. Like, I'm all like, everybody, including all the bridge crew that had like 2 lines, walked circles around you acting-wise, dude. Like, you did not show up to work that day. Like, you were just like, you were tired or something. I don't know. Maybe you need some more coffee or a Red Bull or something. But he did not show up to work that day. Anyways, he did not understand the assignment. And then he opens it up, right? And it's like roots to their life tree, right? So this is my theory, right? Because the progenerator's technology can not only give life, it can restore life. And I think I said this before. Not only are Locke and Maul gonna be reunited and go off into space and find their own Margaritaville with each other, Book is gonna use these plants, right, these roots, to recreate Kazan. Like, Kazan's going to be brought back to life. Maybe not the people that were on the planet, but definitely the planet. And he's going to live on Kazan and teach the Kazan way and everything. And maybe Locke will go and live there with him, because she's, the closest thing I have to a sister. And I'm like, yeah, yay, and everything. Family roots. So they go in, right, and she's knocked out, right? Michael Burnham's knocked out. And she's inside this little program, or inside her mind, and she sees Book again because, why hire a new actor and be fun about this? But long story short, she's got to figure out the clue to find out where in the library the clue, the last piece of the puzzle is. Hold on, I need some libation. So she's like, I can do this. Now, I'm not gonna go through all this crap because I just don't care. I'm gonna speed through this part where she tries to figure it out. But the librarian lady's all like, beforehand, they're like, the Breen are coming. And she's all like, we are open to all, but but thank you for letting us know. So she's doing fine. She's not dying or anything. She's just like basically in a coma kind of thing. And so they're like, the Breen are here. A Book can't go in. It's only one person at a time. And she's trying to figure out the clue, but this little program can't tell her. She's got to figure it out herself and everything. And so she's like going through and she's trying to figure it out because she's just so brilliant, right? So then the Breen show up. They're here, right? And let me play it just a little bit. No sound. because I like when the Breen ship comes through the little thingy, when it comes through the field of dreams. Oh, Jesus Christ, move at a glacial pace. You know how that thrills me. So she's all like, it didn't come through the field of dreams, right? So she's like, hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the library. And he's like, give me my piece give me some peace and everything. And she's all like, first off, watch your tone. And he's like, I said give it to me. And she's like, denied, motherfucker. You are not allowed in here. Now, one thing she said at the beginning of the episode is she goes, anybody that breaks the rules gets put in our dungeon and everything. And I was like, kinky. And she's all like, I'm just joking. It's not a dungeon. It's more like an oubliette. And all this crap has to do with labyrinths, but I'm all like, you guys, but they never put him in the oubliette. That's the thing. I'm all like, I thought you guys said you could put him in the oubliette, but you don't put him in the oubliette. Like, so, like, what? I'm like, why mention it if you're not going to do it? Like, don't these people know how writing works? If you're setting something up and you don't use it, why are you? It's like the who said it? I think it was it Hitchcock? I think it was Hitchcock, but don't quote me on that because I can't remember off the top of my head. Because when I was in school, I just remember it. Okay, well, if you've got a play and you have a gun on the mantelpiece of your play, by the third act, you better use the gun. You have to use the gun. Or why would you have it there? There's no reason to have it there if you don't use it. So she mentions the oubliette, and then they never use it. This is bad writing. Bad writing. And if you remember who said that, tell me, please. Okay, so she's like, access denied, punk. So then Burnham, she's like, it's a maze. I got to get through the maze and everything. So she's going through. And then these guys are like, they're like, you have to hide. Look at that. Like, who is this? Who is this? Who is this lady? I don't know her. Did they introduce her in another season that I just don't remember? I don't remember. And this girl right here, I think that's the chick from that god-awful one with the trebles, that short or whatnot. This is I think he's the only one left of the original crew. Like, what happened to that black lady? And the white girl with the thing on her face? Everybody's just leaving the show because they realize, it's a sinking ship, They're like, we'll come for a couple episodes, guys. They probably filmed all their scenes in one day because, it's not that hard. So then she's trying to figure it out, but he's like, you're dying because this is like one of those programs, like, if you don't figure it out, you die. And so she's all like, then she goes into her feelings, like, I should have told Book that I loved him, and I da-da-da-da, and he's all like, meanwhile, these guys are trying to, so the Breen, they're shooting this their shot, their money shot at the archive to get in, and they're getting through their shields, right? And I'm all like, oubliette and everything, and why does this person's face always look weird when they're talking? They gain some weight too. They're always like, and they're always like, I don't know how to, oh yeah, I gotta figure this out. I'm like, why are you pushing this character on us? Nobody likes this character. Not one person. Nobody, don't argue with me because you don't like this character. When this character shows up, you're like, oh yeah, they're here. What's Adriana or whatever her name is. Anyways. So then, they figure it out. And so then these guys are trying to, help in some way, shape, or form because the Breen are sending their soldiers, right? And she's all like, your soldiers are getting taken out inside the maze and everything. And so he gets hit, and then she tells him her feelings, and he's like, that is the test. One must know thyself. And I'm all like, are you fucking kidding me? This season sucks balls. I'm like, that's it? The progenitors just wanted you to know yourself? I'll tell you all my secrets. I know myself pretty well. I'm like, all my deepest, darkest secrets are probably to you. You would find them so ridiculous, but they're embarrassing to me. And I'm all like, I'm not telling anybody that. I told my wife one of my, me and my brother call it the vault, where you put all your secrets that you don't want anybody to know. I told my wife one of them. She's like, you keep that a secret and everything. I'm like, yeah, because it's embarrassing. It's a hilarious story. Anyways, okay, moving on. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. So she wins, and they tell her where, like, it's in a crystal on the 3rd floor in a room and everything. So she goes in, she finds the crystal, and I love how she sets that glass down like so nicely, like they can't get another one of those. And she breaks it, and there's the piece of the artifact, right? So then they get on their ship again, because the ship went back into the storm, right? The little thingy. And they come out of the storm, and they go up to the Breen ship, and they're like, hey, listen, we're going to make a takalakataka. Anyways, there's Tilly. Hey, Tilly. And she says, we'll give you the artifact, the thing, the key. We'll give you the key, because the key is the key. But you have to promise to leave the archive alone. Like, you can't leave them alone, let them just be, and we'll send it over. And you have to make this oath. It's like a special Breen oath that you can't break it. If you break it, that's bad. He agrees, and they send it over, but first they make the map whole, and they find out where it's at. Like, who's that? Who are these people? That's the problem with one of the problems with this show is that you remember and I said this, I think, the last episode that I did. If you look at all the past Star Trek shows, the bridge crew was your family. Those were the characters. Oh, you focused on all of them, and each character would get their own episode each season, at least one episode, where you followed that character and you went along with that character and you learned about that character. All these bridge characters, we know little to nothing about them, and that's the problem with this show. The people that are writing Star Trek Discovery do not understand what makes Star Trek Star Trek. It's about family. It's about maturity. It's got some science in there and everything. And that's the problem with this show. They're focusing on one character mainly, Burnham, and they're not focusing on the bridge crew. And that's why I think the show is a failure, because they do not understand that Star Trek is a science fiction allegorical adventure show. And they're just trying to, make it Michael Burnham is awesome, and she's really not. Okay, so let's fast forward. They figure out where the planet is and everything. And then the Breen, they get it. And so, like, fire on Discovery. So they fire, but then what Discovery does is they're going to release something. I can't remember off the top of my head. And then they're going to warp it, or they're going to transport at the same time. So they do that. And it explodes, but it leaves debris, so that the Breen think they destroyed Discovery. So, but the Discovery's pretty damaged, right? It's all smoky and stuff. And so they have 5 hours to fix everything, because it's going to take the Breen 6 hours to get to wherever they need to go. So then this guy's all like, fire on the archive, and she's all like, you said that you wouldn't fire on that. You promised. And he's all like, I don't care what I promised. She's like, you will have all the Breen in a war with the Federation, and the Breen will come after you because you broke the promise. And so, long story short, they kill him, and then she's like, I am Locke, the wife of the Scion, and he will live again. La 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 la. And they're all like, yeah, Locke, power girl. She's a boss babe and everything. And I'm all like, what's going on here? Why is Locke the little bitch in this situation? And Maul here is the baddie. She's so badass and everything. It's super annoying. And then that's where they end the episode. The Breen accept Locke as their leader for now, until Maul comes along, and then she'll lead by proxy and everything. The episode was not good. Like I said before, it's dull, it's mid, it's mediocre at best. That's the problem with this show, is just, like I said before, they're not putting any effort into it. The effort that they are putting into it is so minimal. I hope they don't work again, like the writers of this show, because they're bad. They're bad at it. And I think I've said everything that I want to say about this episode. I wish they would just get competent writers in here and people that actually understand and love Star Trek. Because if you did, I'm telling you, fans would come to you. The Star Trek fans would come to you, because you've lost old Trek fans. You've lost them, most of them. I'm only watching it for content. That's it. And I only have 2 more episodes left, and then we'll be done with this shit heap, okay? But tell me what you guys thought about this. Did you like it? There's no way you liked it. Did you not like it? What was your favorite part? My part was when they had all the little library cards that said history on it. So good. They don't use those anymore. And if they do, I haven't seen them in the library. But tell me what you guys thought. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. You know, I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on my next Star Trek Discovery breakdown and review. You guys have a good week. Live long and prosper. Bye.